guys, I'm Alvin Wayne, and today we are going to be cooking. That's right, we're gonna be cooking. But I do have some help. I have my dear friend, Chef Moe with Eating is More, here to help me prepare a meal for whenever I'm hosting people over, a meal for one, a meal for two, a meal for six. So he's going to teach me some tricks of the trade and how to step my cooking game up when I'm hosting. All right, guys, so my dear friend, Chef Moe with Eating is More is here live in the kitchen, and we are gonna get it popping. So tell me, what are we gonna make today?
So today we are going to make Chilean Seabass with a lemon butter drizzle. We're also gonna do some rustic roasted potatoes as well as some honey glazed Brussels sprouts with bacon.
And I love Brussels sprouts. So you guys, stay tuned. You don't wanna miss this. We're about to get it popping. Let's go.
Let's do it. Alrighty guys, so for today's menu, we have our roasted rustic potatoes. That's gonna be seasoned with a little onion powder, garlic powder, chopped garlic, a little olive oil. And then here you have your Chilean Seabass. That's gonna be seasoned with a garlic lime, and that's a compilation of seasonings. And then here you have your Brussels sprouts. We have some bacon here and some chopped garlic, and then we'll finish it off with some rice.
All right, so now we have all our ingredients that we'll need. So what is the first step?
Okay, so the first step is you want to make sure that you preheat your oven. I know a lot of people think 350, but preheat to 400, it'll be perfectly fine. The roasted potatoes were already marinating overnight in our concoction, so we're just gonna literally pour them into the pan and throw them in the oven.
Perfect.
It's like a set it and forget it.
It smells so good.
You get all that garlic, you get that parsley, you get the olive oil. Just lay them out. Yeah, smell all that is so amazing. Guys, so once you have your mixture together, you make sure that your Brussels sprouts are fully coated all the way through, and then just mix them, take them, and throw them on a baking sheet, and then we're gonna throw those in the oven as well. So here you have some amazing color, as well as you still have the liquid so that your Brussels sprouts dry.
So while we wait on our Brussels sprouts and our potatoes to cook, I want to know, how did you get started on your chef's journey? Like, what drew you to food and wanting to become a chef?
Oh my gosh. So I get this question asked often. I had started in the restaurants back in 2008. I was a senior in high school, and I was just like, I gotta make some money.
Wait a minute, a senior in high school in 2008. I graduated high school in 2003. Thank you. Now I feel old, but I was 17 when I graduated. So, sorry. 2008, you graduated high school.
Yes, I graduated high school. I couldn't find a job for whatever the reason was. Summer youth employment didn't kick in yet, so I went. A classmate of mine, her mom had owned a restaurant, and someone called out, and she asked if I could still in for a couple of hours, and they would just like get me out there as fast as possible. And I was just like, okay. Literally, I was carrying plates one by one to tables like this. It was a mess. But ever since then, my love for hospitality, my passion for, cooking and putting a smile on people's faces through food and through ambiance and all of that good stuff was just birthed out of that. And that's what I bring you now. So Eating is More is my business. I am Chef Moe. I can bring you anything from meal preps to corporate lunches to private dinners for one, for two, for a group. You name it, we have it here.
Perfect. And for the people out there in YouTube land, do you offer like just lessons? Like if somebody wants to learn how to cook, like for instance, like what we're doing today. If somebody wants to just know like, hey, I just need like to get the basics down. I don't even know how to boil water. Can they call on Chef Moe to make it happen?
Absolutely. We are definitely starting some cooking classes that will be televised for you guys just to do the basics. One of the key basics is with meats, fish, anything like that. It's all about seasoning. So our sea bass that we have here, we picked this up from the market yesterday morning. We went ahead and just seasoned it as soon as we got it back home. Now, you don't have to go crazy with seasonings. You can buy pre-bought seasonings. So here for this, I made sure that we used a pre-bought seasoning. This is a garlic lime that we got from Whole Foods. It's already pre-packaged. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, is it gonna be too salty? Is it gonna be too bland? No, you don't have to worry about that. Just go ahead, put it on your fish, add a little olive oil, cover it, sit it in the refrigerator.
Boom, there you go. Cooking 101.
So before we get started on our sea bass, we're just gonna check on our food that is already in the oven. We're gonna do our Brussels sprouts first. So we're just gonna make sure that we are fully just mixing it around here. You will kind of know when your Brussels sprouts are done because your bacon will be nice and crispy. So it's not done as of yet. We can just pop that back in the oven. Same thing is going to go for our potatoes. You see that garlic has already crisped up here in the oven. And depending on how you like your potatoes, you just stick a fork in it and see if it's to your desired temperature. If they are, take them out and you're done. Worry about the rest of the food. If not, pop them back in like I am.
Okay, y'all, so I'm not gonna lie, I was hungry. We had some extra bacon left over, so we cooked that up and we gonna nibble. So while we're still waiting on everything else to finish up, I just got a few questions for you. So my question is for you, like, how come you didn't use parchment paper for the Brussels sprouts or for the potatoes? Because, you know, I like to think I got a little culinary flair, but is that a good thing? Because I know people may want to know, like, do you need to put stuff on parchment paper?
So we definitely brought parchment paper and we brought aluminum foil. You can use it or you cannot use it. It's totally up to you. We just forgot to put it on for today's video, but you can definitely use it. If you're using aluminum foil, use a non-stick aluminum foil so that your potatoes aren't sticking to your pan. But we're also gonna put a little something on top of the potatoes, so we don't necessarily need to use it for this meal. Now, I will say this, you are like throwing down on this bacon, but one thing about, you know, ingredients when cooking is, I know that, you know, we're going through a pandemic and it's just things are a little tough right now, but we have to remember, we are what we consume, and if you buy cheap bacon, it is just not going to taste the same.
And we don't do nothing cheap over here.
Nothing cheap. No. Not at eating this.
Cost effective, yes. Cheap, no.
Cost effective, most definitely. Everything is all about ingredients. So if you are going into the store with the mindset of, let me see what's on sale, that's kind of already where it's getting misconstrued. But just going with an open mind, you can go ahead and get pre-packed seasonings so that you can have the extra money to spend on a thicker cut bacon, something with a little bit more substance.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think, and with you saying that, it goes back to design and entertaining everything.
Absolutely.
Like, I like to tell people that I know and clients and even myself, go with your first mind. Like, sometimes we tend to have expensive tastes and we kind of lean towards a more expensive item, but honestly, that's what you really want. And you have to think about that when you're consuming your food, your serveware, your utensils that you use when you cook. Think about all those things. You want to buy things that are going to last, but still be cost effective. And in the long term, it is cost effective because you only got to buy it once instead of buying it over and over and over again. Food, you do have to buy over and over again because we gotta eat.
Eating is more, people. So the way to get the perfect sear is you're supposed to sear skin side down. That's what you're supposed to start with. Unfortunately, I had already had the farmer's market. I already had them de-skin it.
Alright guys, so now we are done. So Chef Moe, what do we have?
Alright, so we have our Chilean Seabass on a bed of roasted rustic potatoes, accompanied by your honey glazed Brussels sprouts. Your favorite.
I love it. So I hope you guys were paying attention. I was not, because I just want to eat. No, I'm just playing. I was totally paying attention. I'm going to try to recreate this dish on my own. And I know you can substitute if you don't want the Chilean sea bass. You can do salmon. Yep. You could do scallops.
You can do salmon, you can do scallops, you can do grilled shrimp. It's all up to you.
Anything. So again, I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to show me and my fellow family out there in YouTube land on how to create a great dish for your guests, for yourself, for whoever. And again, you can follow Chef Moe at
www.eatingismore.com or on Instagram at eatingismore.
And it's right here.
Right on the bottom.
Right there on the bottom. And then you can also follow me at Alvin Wayne on Instagram, and make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. Let me know your thoughts. There's gonna be plenty, just like this food, plenty more videos about cooking, entertaining, all of that good stuff. So thank you, and now we're gonna eat. So bon appetit.
Bon appetit, let's do this.